He says, my son, I've never heard the voice of God in my life. I know God as a concept. Yes, I believed. I went to whatever I got from the Catholic Church. I believe that's all there was. But I never thought God talks to people today, let alone me. He said I was doing my normal routine of praying through the Rosary. My father would pray through the Rosary, the 66 beads that are in the Rosary. He knew every chanting of every bead. And so he would do that once a day. And so he began to do it. In his bedroom, he knelt down and began to say, Hail Mary. As soon as he said Hail Mary, he said he heard a loud, audible voice. And the voice called my father by middle name. He never wanted anybody to call him by that name, including my mother. So all of us knew we never called our dad by his middle name unless you wanted to get in trouble. But God chose to use that name. He called him by his Middle African name and said to these words, I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's not the way they worship me. Ask me how. He panicked. He had never heard this kind of voice before. He stopped, he dropped the Rosary, bolted, he told me, out of the bedroom because he thought he was losing his mind. So the following day, he decided, I'm going to pray in another bedroom. He kind of thought maybe there was witchcraft in the other bedroom. So I need to change rooms. If I change rooms, this voice surely can't come back a second day. So he went to another bedroom and he knelt down to begin to pray. As soon as he said, Hail Mary, same name, same voice. I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's not the way they worship me. Ask me how. My father, he said, I dropped the Rosary again, son. I was terrified. At this point, he said, I thought I'm losing my mind. I thought there's some people is really praying, some witches are really praying some amazing voodoo or some things on me. That's what he thought. So for 2 days, he never touched the Rosary because which was a big deal because he was attached to that Rosary. He had to pray it every day. But for 2 days, he was terrified of the voice. So finally, the third time, he told me, Francis, I thought surely if I stay in the sitting room, where everybody, there's no way this voice is going to find me there. So he goes on the sitting room, and then he opens the door so he can see people on the outside. He thinks, he put all the things he could put in together. He thought this voice would be terrified of all the people looking through and all the noise outside. So that's what he did. He knelt down and he began again. Hail Mary, Mother of God, and the voice came. Now this time, the voice called him by his English name, Daniel. I am the way, the truth, and the life. That's not the way to worship me. Ask me how. He said to me, son, at that moment, like little Samuel, who kept going to Eli, thinking Eli was calling him when it was actually the audible voice of the living God of the Bible. He said, on the third attempt, something broke in me. He said it was like the dams broke inside of me, Francis. I began to weep like a baby. I cried. My wife walked in, what is going on? She thought it was a funeral. I couldn't stop myself. I kept crying. And when he had stopped crying, he said the voice spoke to him for the fourth and final time. He said, Daniel, I want you to get on a bus. Go and see your son Francis. He knows the way. So my father gets on that bus to come and see me. And that's how he ends up at my office.